Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is our Sunday special series, and every single Sunday, I'll be bringing you a brand new special video packed with exciting content, fun moments, and something different just for you. Let's get started. It was a sunny day in Konoha, one of the strongest hidden villages of the elemental countries. However, we can't say the same thing about Uzumaki Naruto, who was in a dark and musty cell. He was there since he and his team brought back Uchiha Sasuke, because Sasuke wanted to go to Orochimaru to get the power to kill his brother Uchiha Itachi. Naruto caught up to Sasuke at the Valley of the End, where they fought and Naruto won. After Naruto won, he carried him back to the village where the Yondaime Hokage, Namikaze Minato, his father, waited. His parents never really liked Naruto because he wasn't the prodigy he or his brother or sister were. Yes, Naruto has a brother and a sister who are 1 year older than him. They are geniuses in taijutsu, ninjutsu, kenjutsu, and fuinjutsu. Besides, Naruto's sister, Kasumi, can use their mother's chakra chains. Naruto's brother, Arashir, can use the Hiraishin no Jutsu. Both of them were jonin when they were 12 years old. That's why everybody ignored Naruto and nobody wanted to do anything with him. He trained every day, thought that Minato would train his own son no matter what. Naruto tried everything to be trained by his parents, and as last resort he started to do pranks all over the village. At least somebody notices him. His plan backfired because his parents and the village hated him more because of pranks. After he learned the Kagebunshin no Jutsu, stopped Mizuki and learned why was hated by the village, he thought his parents would praise him. Instead, they said he was reckless and his siblings wouldn't do something like this. At this point, Naruto was desperate, but the Hokage gave him a headband. Naruto didn't know why, maybe out of pity or because he defeated a traitor, but somehow he didn't care about it. He even forgot he asked about the Kyuubi. After that, he and his teammates, Uchiha Sasuke and Haruno Sakura, started their missions as Team 7, after they passed Kakashi Genin test. Their first real mission was when they traveled to Wave Country, where they had to face Momochi Zabuza and his partner, Haku. They fought on the bridge, which their client Tazuna builded in order to revive his country. Naruto used the Kyuubi's chakra for the first time to defeat Haku, while Kakashi defeated Zabuza, and before he could finish him, Haku jumped between them and Kakashi killed him instead of Zabuza. His team buried Zabuza and Haku and finished the bridge. They returned to the village. When they returned, Naruto accepted a praise or something good, but his father was disappointed in him. Because before he left village he warned him not to use the Kyuubi's chakra. After he went home, his mother, Uzumaki Kushina, waited him, who said the same words just like his father, but she slapped him too, before he could explain why he used it, but Kushina thought he just wanted to find some excuses. After this he didn't know what he should do, even his siblings told him how useless and stupid he was. When the Chunin exam came, Naruto lost all his hope that his parents will be proud of him. He didn't even want to do it. Moreover, he started thinking about his resignation and leaving the village. However, his sensei convinced him at least try the exam, and maybe if he got promoted his parents would be proud of him. But Kakashi knew Naruto wouldn't get promoted, but he needed a reason, because without Naruto he couldn't send the others on the exam. The first part of exam was a writing test where Naruto barely passed, then the second part, where they had to get 2 scroll. They thought it will be easy, but then Orochimaru attacked them and gave Sasuke the cursed seal. After Orochimaru left with the help of Yukushi Kabuto, they passed the test. The remaining genins had to fight to each other to got the last part of exam. Naruto fought Inuzuka Kiba and his partner Akamaru and won. However, when he went to his father to ask him about what he thought the match, he punched him and told Naruto all of things he ever did was the most humiliating to him and their family. He told him because of this he won't even think about training him for the last part of the exam. On the exam he learned his opponent will be Hyuga Neji. Naruto asked Kakashi to train him, but he never thought Naruto could come this far and he didn't have trained him, but here he was and Kakashi didn't know what he should do. That's why he told him to come the usual training ground and he would show him some jutsu that will be helpful. The next day when Naruto reached the training ground he only found a note. The note said that Sasuke asked him to help with his training so he could When he woke up he found himself in front of an enormous gate, and he heard a deep voice. "Hello my jailer, what are you doing here?" said the deep voice. "Jailer? Wait, are you the Kyuubi?" asked Naruto without any fear. "You aren't that stupid, are you?" "Yes, I am the great Kyuubi and you are my jailer." "And I will ask again, what are you doing here?" "I fell asleep and I woke up here," answered Naruto. "However, since I am here I want to ask you about something," said Naruto without any hesitations. "What do you want to know?" asked the Kyuubi. "Why did you attack the village?" answered Naruto. After this question the Kyuubi told him everything about the night when he was born. His mother was the previous Jinchuriki, the masked man who controlled him, and his father should have died but the Sandaime did the sealing instead of him. After Naruto heard this he felt betrayed by his parents, especially by his mother. How could she do this to him when she was just like him now? "I want to make a deal with you, Kyuubi," said Naruto. "What deal?" answered the Kyuubi. "I want you train me for the exam and I will free you," said Naruto. The Kyuubi could feel the pure hatred from Naruto and he understood he would free him so he could destroy the village. "If you free me you will die. I think you should reconsider this deal," answered the Kyuubi with a little concern. "No, I won't, because after the exam I will steal every scroll about sealing from my parents and I will learn from them. Moreover, my mother's still alive, so there is a way I could survive. And when you are free you can destroy the village, but you will need to wait some years before I could free you. So what do you say?" explained Naruto while he waited the Kyuubi's answer. The Kyuubi made a very creepy smile and he answered. "Alright, I make this deal with you, but you will do everything I say and you will not talk back. Moreover, from now on call me Kurama because that's my real name," said Kurama. After the next month Kurama trained Naruto and he learned his training methods are very sadistic, but very effective. He trained with his Kage Bunshins and learned advanced chakra control, fire and wind type ninjutsu, and Kurama's own taijutsu. When the day of the exam came, Naruto was ready to show everyone his new power. His first opponent was Neji, who started preach about fate, but Naruto wasn't in the mood so he just beat him to half dead. He didn't even give him the chance to protect himself. But he couldn't face anyone else because Orochimaru with the help of Suna attacked them. Naruto fought and killed some enemy ninja, but the most powerful enemy he had to face was Gaara. Naruto could defeat him, and after his defeat the enemy with an injured Orochimaru retreated. When Naruto gave his report, Minato asked him who trained him to defeat Neji. Naruto's answer shocked him. "Kurama, the Kyuubi trained me and he told me truth." Minato didn't understand what truth he spoke about, but neither his wife knew that the Kyuubi has a name. But his next sentences was the real shock. "Tomorrow I will move away and I will never annoy you or your family anything. Now I have a mentor who can show me how to be a true ninja and I won't need you, Hatake, or anybody else. Good day, Hokage-sama." After this he left the office and the next day he moved away from the Namikaze home. After this nobody really saw him. Sasuke was really mad because Naruto was able to defeat Gaara but he couldn't. After a month the Sound Four visited Sasuke and they told him if really wanted the power he should have gone to Orochimaru. Sasuke thought the village couldn't give him what he needs so he left the village. When the Hokage learned this he sent out a team to bring him back. Naruto was part of the team, but before he came out the office Minato said him something that really pissed him off. "Naruto, if you can't bring him back you have to face very serious punishment. I am not a fan of the Uchiha clan but we need Sasuke, so don't do anything that you would regret." After this Naruto left without a word. After the pursuit had started the team broke up and Naruto had to face Sasuke, who used the power of the cursed seal. Naruto used Kurama's power and he could defeat him. When he reached the village he barely could stand but his father and the Anbu already had waited. They took Sasuke to the hospital and Minato knocked out Naruto. One of the ANBU took him to prison, and when he woke up they told him his trial would be 3 days later. On the day of trial, Naruto stood in front of the Hokage, the Shinobi Council and the advisors of the Hokage. Minato was the first who spoke. I, Namikaze Minato, the Yondaime Hokage, starts this trial about the fate Uzumaki Naruto, who used too much violence against his teammate, Uchiha Sasuke. I am asking you, Uzumaki Naruto. Did you do that? I only protected myself from him. He tried to kill me, said Naruto while he took off his shirt. This is what he did to me. He showed everyone his chest, where even a blind person could see the wounds that the Chidori left. This is what I think about your too much violence. However, this didn't help Naruto. This doesn't change the fact that you used the Kyuubi's power to defeat Sasuke. And the fact that you can't control it doesn't help you either, answered Minato with some rage. I could control it, and Sasuke gave me these wounds before I started use Kurama's chakra. So if I didn't use Kurama's chakra, I would be dead and Sasuke would be with Orochimaru, said Naruto. That's enough. I told you when you became a ninja you couldn't use this chakra. But you disobey me every time. So I will give you 2 options. The first one is you will go back to your cell and rot there until we find a new host for the Kyuubi, or you will be banished with your chakra and memories sealed away. So choose, said Minato. Naruto knew this was the perfect chance to leave the village, so he didn't hesitate. All right, I will choose the banishment. Most of the council smiled because they had enough of Naruto, because they thought he didn't respect anything and was weak compared to his siblings. Tomorrow morning your chakra and memories will be sealed, and then an ANBU take you to the border of Fire Country where you can go anywhere, said Minato, but this wasn't his last words. Naruto, this is last time we speaks to each other, and I want to say I am disappointed in you. I thought you can be just like your siblings, but you failed every time. From now on I don't consider you my son. Naruto only smiled, then started to laugh. Oh Minato, you think I care about that you don't consider me as your son. But if you are so honest, I will tell you something too. I never thought you were my father or Kushina as my mother. We were strangers under the same roof, and I will be happy when I leave this cesspit, what you call a village. Well then, see you next morning, said Naruto while he started laughing again. After this the ANBU took him back his cell. The next day Naruto was standing before Konoha's gates. Minato wanted to start the sealing, but Naruto stopped him. Wait a moment Minato. Before you start, why don't you tell everyone behind you the truth? Minato was confused but asked Naruto. What truth are you talking about? Naruto made a very scary grin and said. The truth about that Kushina was the previous host of Kurama, the Kyuubi, and 13 years ago when I was born it was an Uchiha who tore him out her and used him to destroy the village. And you used me, a newborn infant, to seal it away. Minato was frightened because he heard the villagers started to whisper with each other, but he had to say something to calm everyone down. Naruto, what are you talking about? The Kyuubi attack was natural disaster, no one could tell he wanted to attack us, said Minato. Don't lie Minato, Kurama told me he was imprisoned since Uzumaki Mito sealed away in herself when his husband, the Shodaime Hokage, Senju Hashimura fought Uchiha Madara. When was that? Oh right, almost 80 years, so Kurama lived in the village a very long time now. But as far as I know they weren't treated badly, and you know why? Because these narrow-minded villagers didn't know they were Jinchurikis. So you told them and therefore you are the source of my pain. I know you are a very lousy father, but as Hokage you are pathetic, finished Naruto. Minato's head was blood red because of the last statement and thought Naruto said enough. Alright Naruto, you said enough, but I had enough of you. I will seal away you chakra and you memories, and I hope I never have to you ever again. But Naruto just laugh. Oh Minato, you will see me again. When I come back I will kill your family and destroy the village that you love so much right before your eyes. And maybe I will kill you too after I destroyed everything what was important to you. I don't think so, said Minato. But before he could do the sealing, there was an explosion. Everyone saw the Hokage mountain was as ruins. When they saw back, Naruto was without the restricting seals. Your seals are very old, you should think about new ones. And before you ask, I did that do, said Naruto when he pointed at the Hokage mountain. What do you think? What did I do the last month besides training? I knew you wanted to kill me or banish me, so I prepared. I stole every scroll from the libraries and mined the Hokage mountain. Remember my warning, Minato. See you later. After this, Naruto disappeared. Minato knew what happened. Somebody used reverse summoned him. But he had no idea who. The next few months was terrible for Minato and his family, because the villagers started to questionable his conductivity, and if this wasn't enough, after 4 years the fourth shinobi started, where the elemental countries had to face the Akatsuki. They could defeat the Akatsuki, but a lot of good people died. After the war, Kumo and Iwa created a fraction against Konoha because their villages lost the most shinobis, and they thought it was Konoha's fault the war started because they couldn't stop Uchiha Madara. Konoha didn't have enough ninja, and their allies stated they will be neutral in this new war. Konoha needed a new ally, a strong one, but there wasn't any. But Jiraiya suggested that maybe they could get some help from the newly formed East Empire. Because nobody had better idea, they sent out a team with Jiraiya as leader. But what they found in the Empire wasn't what they thought. After Naruto was reverse summoned, he appeared in a forest where a fox has already waited for him. I think my timing was perfect, said the fox, who was as big as Naruto. Yes, you did a good job, Suki, but don't forget the others, because they were good too, said Naruto. The truth is, when Kurama trained Naruto, he showed him where he could find the fox summoning scroll. After he found it, he became the first summoner of the Fox clan. His first summon was Suki, who was the Fox clan's boss daughter. She was strong and brave, but reckless, but Naruto saw they have a lot of common things, so he didn't complain. After they got to know each other, Suki invited Naruto to spend some time with her and the clan. When they arrived, the Fox clan was confused because it was the first time they saw a human. When he met the boss, he was very careful, because he was as big as Minato's summoned toad, Gamabunta. However, he worried for nothing, because Shin, the boss, felt Kurama inside Naruto. I see, so Kurama has returned, said Shin. You know Kurama? How? Answered Naruto. Shin started to laugh and said, everybody knows Kurama here. He was the previous boss, before he was sealed away. He was the most powerful and wisest among us. It was terrible when we lost him, but we had to survive for him, said Shin with some tears in his eyes. Shin told Naruto what happened after Kurama was sealed away, that some foxes wanted to save him, while others wanted to take his place by force. And all of this led to a civil war. The war was over 25 years ago, and Shin became the new boss. But he told everyone, if Kurama returns, he will give him back his title. After Kurama heard this, he knew he had to say something. Naruto, let me speak to them, said Kurama without any ulterior motive. Naruto only nodded and gave Kurama the control. Hello everyone, I know I promised that I would protect you, but when you needed me I wasn't there. I failed you, and because of this I can't be the boss again. Shin, I want you to be the boss, because as I see it you are doing a very good job. Besides, I made a deal with this brat, and I can't leave him alone, because without me he would die, said Kurama to embarrass Naruto a little. Everybody was confused, so Kurama said everything about Naruto, and he didn't left out anything. The foxes knew the value of the togetherness, but they forgot it once, and because of that a civil war started. That's why everybody swore that they wouldn't do anything that could cause another civil war. The Fox clan promised Kurama and Naruto that they would help them. They taught Naruto new jutsus and some methods how Naruto could improve his taijutsu. And when they didn't train, Naruto got to know everyone and played with the kits. When he had to return Konoha because of the retrieval mission, Naruto asked some foxes to come to Konoha and help him. These foxes were the one who did the explosion in the Hokage mountain and released the seals on Naruto. No one could see them because they were as big as Akamaru, but they were better in hiding than any A and BU. They told Suki too when she had to summon Naruto. Yeah, they were good, but the summoning is harder than activate some paper bomb," said Suki. After this, both of them started to laugh until the other foxes appeared. "Were we good, Naruto-sama?" asked one of them. "You were great. I hope you saw their face when the mountain exploded, it was hilarious. By the way, you don't need to call me Naruto-sama. Just call me Naruto," answered Naruto with a smile. "Okay, Naruto," answered the foxes at the same time. After they went back Fox's village, they made an enormous celebration for Naruto. The next day Naruto continued his training and tried to find a way to free Kurama. However, the method that her mother used to survive wasn't an option, because after some research he realized that her chakra chains was connected to Kurama's chakra all the time. So when the masked man tore him out from Kushina, her chains didn't let out all of Kurama and his chakra because they bounded enough for her to survive. That's why Naruto couldn't free Kurama so easily, because he didn't have those chains, so he would die. But Naruto didn't give up, he knew there has to be another way. However, after a year with intensive training and research, he couldn't find any solution. "Naruto, you should rest a bit. Since you discovered the fact that you can't release Kurama-sama and survive like your mother, you don't anything else, just read scroll after scroll," said Suki with concern. "I am sorry, but I have to do this. I made a deal with Kurama and he did his part, but I didn't," answered Naruto to the fox. "Yes, but you won't get closer to the answer if you don't rest a bit, so you will come with me to play with the kits," said Suki with a sweet smile that said, "Come with me or I will kill you." So Naruto didn't have too much choices, so he went with the fox. After a month Naruto finished the last scroll, but couldn't find anything. He asked Shin if he had any idea where he could find new scrolls about sealing, but he had no idea. However, he suggested that maybe the oldest one has a solution. The oldest one lived the outskirts of the village, because he didn't really like others' company. Most of the foxes thought he was an old fool, who hated everyone. However, he wasn't like this before, but because of civil war he lost his last relative, his granddaughter, who always helped him because of his age. After she died, he couldn't look at anybody in the village because some part of him blamed the others because of his granddaughter's death. However, he wasn't a fool, because when Kurama lived here he taught him a lot of jutsus and how to lead a village. And he was the only one who saw all of the countries in the elemental countries and those which were over the sea. When Naruto and Shin arrived to the oldest one's house, they saw it wasn't in the best form. They knocked and the door opened by itself. They went in and they saw the oldest one lied on the floor and a blanket was on him. When Naruto saw him, he wasn't sure if he could help him. But he had to try. However, before he could ask him, Shin stopped him and told him let him speak first. Naruto nodded and let him speak first. "Hello, oldest one, I don't know if you remember me, but it is me, Shin. We came to you to ask your help," said Shin, but before he could continue the oldest one interrupted him. "I know who you are, Shin, the flame demon," said the oldest one. When he said that name he just froze because nobody called him with that name anymore, and hoped that everyone forgot it. Naruto was confused, but he didn't want to interrupt the oldest one. "And I know you too, Uzumaki Naruto, the host of Kurama, the previous boss. But I don't know why did you come to me?" said the fox with a very tired tone. "I don't want to annoy you, honorable oldest one Sama, but I need your help to release Kurama. Maybe you know a method to free him without I lose my life," said Naruto with hope. The fox only snorted and said, "Before I tell you anything, I want your friend to leave my home. I don't want to see him here," said the old fox with anger. Shin left the house and Naruto told him why he couldn't free Kurama. The oldest one thought about it, then he remembered something. When I was younger, I visited a place where the people didn't use chakra, moreover, never heard about it. They used a cosmic energy, what they called mantra. Maybe if you can use it, and when you release Kurama, you can fill out that place that Kurama use right now. But I am not sure if it will work, but it worth a try. When he finished, Naruto understood what he wanted to point. His chakra was connected to Kurama's and he would die if this connection was cut off. However, when he started release and slowly he exchanged Kurama's chakra with this mantra, he could survive and maybe he would become more powerful. Where can I find this place? Asked Naruto with a very happy tone. You have to travel from Kiri to east. Maybe 1 or 2 weeks from there. But I have to warn you, that place is very dangerous because monsters live there too. Said the fox. What kind of monsters? Asked Naruto with concern. I don't know, when I was there I never saw any, but I heard from the villagers they saw strange beings with red markings. So be careful, we don't know what they are. Naruto nodded and thanked his help. When he left the house he saw Shin, but before Naruto could say something he started to speak. He hates me and the others, but mainly me, because he thinks it was my fault his granddaughter died. Said Shin with tears in his eyes. I got the Flame Demon nickname because I used a very powerful fire jutsu to defeat one of the opponent faction's army. But I couldn't control the fire and some foxes from my army died too. Her granddaughter was one of them. I blame myself every day and there isn't any day when I don't regret what I did. So I ask you, when you go to destroy Konoha, do it alone. Don't let anybody to go with you, because if they die because one your jutsu you will feel the same that I do now. Naruto understood what he said and now he knows why the oldest one hates him so much. Don't worry, I wanted to do it alone anyway. Said Naruto. After Shin and Naruto went back to Shin's manor, Naruto started to plan the journey to this strange place. He started it with the maps, but there wasn't any maps about this country, so he thought he would get a map there. He prepared everything else he would need, like kunais, shurikens, wires, first aid kit, clothes for every season, food, water, sleeping bag, a tent and everything else that he thought that would be useful. Because he learned everything he could about sealing, he took everything in a scroll. After a week he was ready and was about to say goodbye to everyone. Thank you for your help, everyone. But I have to go now, but I promise when I have some free time I will come back for a visit. Said Naruto with a smile. After this everybody said good luck to him and said goodbye. When the kids come to Naruto they were crying. Naruto, when you come back, will you play with us again? Asked the kids with tears in their eyes. Naruto smiled and said, of course I will, and I will bring you some new toys. Is that okay with you? Naruto hugged them and said he wouldn't forget them. After everybody said goodbye, Naruto turned to Suki and nodded to her. Here, take this with you. Said Suki, who threw a little bag for Naruto. When he saw what it was he was confused and shocked. Suki gave him gold. What is this for? Asked Naruto. We don't know what kind of money they use where you go, so use this if you want to buy something, for example a map. Said Suki with a teasing tone. Naruto blushed a little but understood why she did this. Okay, I think it is time to send you back. You will appear somewhere near to Kiri, but you will have to go east, so it won't be a problem. Finished Suki. After this Naruto disappeared and everyone went to do their own thing. When Naruto appeared he found himself in an old battleground. He examined this place, he saw it was at least 2 to 3 years old. Here fought because of the bloodline civil war, and those protruding woods are headstones. Said Naruto and saw there were at least 1,000 headstones. Naruto stood before the tombs for a minute and hoped these ninjas didn't die because some fool like Minato. After this Naruto started his journey to east. 2 days later he reached the eastern port and started to find a ship. In the docks the sailors told him that every captain is in a pub. So Naruto went to the pub to hire one of the captains. When he wanted to go inside, a man said he couldn't go inside because he wasn't 18 years old. Naruto smiled and he stood back some meters, then he kicked so powerful that he burst the door and the wall that was in front of the door. Everyone was shocked. After this, Naruto stepped in and said, "I want to hire one of you to take me to East." "So anybody?" But everybody started to laugh. Then one of the captains said, "Why would you go to East? Go through it." This was the moment when Captain Lee realized his father lied to him because he didn't want him to come here. He wasn't the only one who realized this, Naruto did too. After a day they were 5 miles from the island and the captain stopped the ship. "Naruto, I know I said we would stop 2 miles from the island, but I have a very bad feeling about this place, so you can have one of the boats or," said the captain, but Naruto interrupted him. "No need for your boat, I will walk," said Naruto, and the captain looked him as if he grew another head, but after a minute he understood it, he was a ninja. Naruto gave the gold to the captain, then left the ship and started to walk. After an hour Naruto reached the beach and not far saw a town. When he reached it he saw it was in ruins. When he examined the buildings he realized it was abandoned for a very long time now. He found strange claw marks and footprints too. Because he didn't know which way he should go and it was almost night, he made a camp in this town. He found a house that was more or less stable enough for one night. After Naruto had dinner he wanted to rest a bit, but a blood-freezing animal roar made him to jump out of his sleeping bag. He ran out of the house and saw a lot of monkeys. They were pitch black with red lines as if those were their veins, and their eyes lighted with a frightening yellow color. One of monkeys was bigger and certainly stronger than the others. It had some white fur, but Naruto didn't have time to analyze all of them because there were at least 50 of them and looked at Naruto like he was the dinner. "So you want me, then come and show me what you can do." Naruto didn't have much choice, so he fought them, but they weren't weak. They were very fast and agile. It wasn't easy to hit them and most of the time the hit didn't have enough power to knock them back or destroy them. Naruto managed to destroy the lesser ones, but the primary one was still there. The bigger problem was the fact that it didn't fight with the lesser ones, so he wasn't tired, but Naruto was. When it attacked, Naruto was about to sink on his knees, but had enough chakra for one last jutsu. When it was close enough he burned it with a fire jutsu. "Haha, that's all? I thought you would be a little tougher," said Naruto while he collapsed. After a half an hour 2 figures appeared at the town. "Are you sure they came this way?" said a man with a deep tone. "Yes, father, I am sure," said the girl. They looked around the town and after some minutes the girl found Naruto. "Father, come here, I found somebody." When the man arrived where his daughter was, she has already examined the boy if he had any wounds. He saw the signs of a battle and thought this child defeated 50 Goma howlers. His wounds aren't life-threatening, but he is exhausted, so he won't wake up for a while. "You think I am pretty?" asked the girl. Yes, you are. You have beautiful hair, your eyes are very pretty, and that dress looks good on you," said Naruto while his face became redder after every word. "Thank you," said the girl. After this both of them smiled at each other. Then Naruto realized something. He didn't introduce himself and asked her name, moreover where he was. "Before we continue embarrass each other, I want to introduce myself and want to know where I am now. I am Uzumaki Naruto. I am Mitra and you are in Shinkaku." "Shinkaku?" asked Naruto. "Yes. But rather what's left from it. Now we are in its capital Shinto," answered Mitra with sadness. "Come with me, I will show you around and tell you our story," said Mitra. Naruto got up from his bed, but before he could start walking he noticed he didn't wear anything except his underwear. Mitra. Can you give me some clothes?" said Naruto with a red face. When Mitra turned to Naruto and saw him, she blushed and said, "Of course you will find clothes in that wardrobe. I will wait outside." After she said that, she ran out of the room. Naruto found a black hakama trousers, a white shirt and a black vest. When he dressed up and went out of the room, he found Mitra, who was waiting for him. "It looks good on you. Now come," said Mitra, and Naruto only nodded. A long time ago our ancestors discovered that they could convert the souls of mortals into mantra. With this they become the most powerful warriors and guardians. They protected everyone from pirates to evil spirits. However, firstly these souls came from those who were dead before our ancestors, and a dark spirit didn't like it because the circle of life and death was disrupted. This spirit was Goma, and his physical form the Vlitra. Started Mitra. "What do you mean by disrupted?" asked Naruto. "Because these souls came from Naraka, the hell. We saved them and then converted them to mantra. Of course we asked them if they want this or eternal suffering in Naraka. And the Vlitra didn't like this, so corrupted the animals to help him take back the souls. The warriors fought with the forces of Goma. After every battle more people died, and that was moment we used their souls to create mantra. But it only made the Goma matter. So our ancestors created an army who could use mantra, and the eternal war started," said Mitra. "But one of my friends came here before and he said there wasn't any war here," said Naruto with confusion. "Yes, there was a time when we almost managed to kill the Vlitra, but he could escape, and for a time there wasn't any attack against us because he had to create a new army. I think your friend came when this peace was," said Mitra sadly. "This war started centuries ago, and the last emperor wanted to finish it. He collected the 8 most powerful warriors from the empire, and they become the 8 guardian generals who led the army. They were my father Azura, my uncle Yasha, Olga, Kalro, August, Wizen, Sergei, and the commander Deus. They managed to defeat the Goma army, but when Vlitra came it killed Strata the emperor and most of the army. After this the generals turned against each other because there wasn't an heir to the throne, so the empire divided to 5 parts. My father and my uncle stayed here with their armies. Deus with Olga and Sergei went to west of empire, August went to Nord Mountains, Kalro went to eastern's forests, and Wizen went to south. Fortunately because of the Goma they don't attack us until we don't attack them," finished Mitra and started to cry. Naruto without thinking hugged her and said, "I see. You had a very sad and tough life. I think it's time to tell you my story and why did I come here," said Naruto, then told his life in Konoha, with the Fox clan and what the oldest one told him about this empire. "So you want to free Kurama, but you will die if you don't put something else for Kurama's place, and you want to use mantra," said Mitra. "Yes, and I hope you can help me," said Naruto. "I can help you," said a new voice. Naruto and Mitra turned and saw a man with spiky white hair with tan skin and glowing white eyes. He wore black and red hakama trousers, but the most interesting about him is that both of his arm was made of gold, or at least that was what Naruto thought. "Father, since when are you here?" asked Mitra. "Long enough to see he wanted to take advantage of you," said Azura with anger. Naruto was confused, but Azura continued. "I saw you hugged her, so you wanted to do something lewd, didn't you?" said Azura while he came closer to Naruto to beat him. Naruto panicked because he was sure he would die if he had to fight Azura. "No, I never would do that, she just started to cry and wanted to console her," said Naruto while he panicked. "So you made her cry?" said Azura with venom. Now Naruto was sure he would die and started to pray for anyone who would listen. But Mitra came between her father and Naruto. "Father, please, I only cried because I told Naruto our history," said Mitra to calm her father. "All right, you got away this time, but next time you won't be this lucky," said Azura, and Naruto only gulped. After everyone calmed down, Azura told Naruto if he wanted to use mantra he would need a mantra reactor. However, the problem was if they wanted to build one in Naruto he should be an infant because it is very dangerous to build one if you are above 1 year old. However, if he trains with Azura a year maybe his body will be strong enough to endure the procedure. So Azura started to train Naruto, and Naruto was sure that Azura is more sadist than Kurama. His methods was equal with madness. For example, Azura threw Naruto in front of some Goma howlers, and if he couldn't defeat them under 3 minutes he had do same but with more enemies. After a month Yasha started to train Naruto too. He was a little better than Azura but not much. Naruto had to wear 25 kilograms on each of his limbs and 50 kilograms on his chest. And after every week Yasha gave 5 or 10 more kilograms for everywhere. Sometimes Naruto thought it would be better if he just freed Kurama and die, but there was one thing that made all of this hell worth it. After every training Mitra came to him and tended his wounds. Mitra was worried about Naruto, but he assured her it is nothing. He always said it was far worse in Konoha than her father training. Mitra admired his braveness but felt sorry for him because he had to endure so much pain. She wanted to help him. So she did everything to help him forget what happened in Konoha. Naruto was happy because she was the first person who wanted to help him. Of course the Fox clan helped him too, but she was the first human. Before they knew it they fell in love with each other, but Naruto didn't want to make a move too soon because of Azura and his overprotectiveness of his daughter. After a year Naruto and Mitra sat on the old city wall and watched the sunset. "Hey Mitra, can I say something important?" started Naruto. "Yes, of course. You can tell me anything," said Mitra. "I couldn't bear this year without you and your help. You were always there when I needed you and helped me to forget every bad thing that my ex-family did with me. So what I want to tell you, I love you more than anything," said Naruto with blood-red face. Mitra's face was red but she smiled too. "It was nothing. I helped you because I saw so much pain in you what you didn't deserve. And while we were together I fell in love with you too. I admire your braveness and your will to help others like my people who you barely know. And I love you too Naruto, and I hope after your training you stay here and help us finish this war," said Mitra. "I would never leave you," said Naruto while he started to come closer to kiss Mitra. But before they could kiss somebody grabbed Naruto and threw him away to the training grounds. "Waha!" screamed Naruto. Mitra turned to the person. It was Azura. "Hey, nice trajectory," said Azura with smile, then he jumped after Naruto. Mitra worried that Naruto maybe got injured so she ran after them. Fortunately Naruto landed on his feet. "Without Azura's and Yasha's training I would be dead," said Naruto, and after he said that he heard somebody landed behind him. He turned and saw it was Azura. "You wanted to take advantage of my daughter again. So I will beat some sense into you," said Azura, then attacked Naruto. Naruto didn't have time to explain, so he started fight his master. The fight was inhuman, but Naruto knew Azura didn't fight with all his power. If he did that Naruto wouldn't have any chance to survive. After 10 minutes Mitra arrived the training ground and wanted to stop them, but Naruto said it was alright and he had to this to see how strong he became. After 5 hours Naruto was on his knees but Azura barely panted. Naruto knew he couldn't beat him because Azura didn't even use half of his power, but he didn't even left enough to stand up. "You became stronger Naruto, and with some luck you will survive the procedure," said Azura with a smile. "Thank you Azura," said Naruto with a smile too. "Oh, and one more thing. If you ever try to make my daughter cry, cheat on her or get her pregnant too soon, I will make sure that was your last mistake," said Azura. Naruto only gulped and nodded, then fainted because of exhaustion. Mitra was blood-red bakayuse of what her father said but was happy because he let Naruto to be her boyfriend. They took Naruto back to the palace to rest and 2 days later they started the procedure. "Are you sure you want to this? You could die," asked Azura. "Yes, I am sure. I have to free Kurama and this is the only way," said Naruto. "Alright, before I start it I will explain some things. First thing is the procedure will be very painful, so be prepared. Second thing, after the reactor is inside of you it will rebuild your body something similar like mine or Yasha's, so you will be partly machine, but don't worry, you still can have kids. The third thing is if you survive you will need some time to get used to your new body and you will need some training too. However, if you finish the training you will as strong as I am and as fast as Yasha is, or even stronger and faster. And lastly, good luck," said Azura. Then he went to some people to start the preparation. Mitra went to Naruto too to say some encouraging words. "I will be right here and if something turns out bad we will stop right away." Naruto only smiled and said, "You don't have to. I will survive and Kurama will be free." Naruto kissed her and said, "I love you." "I love you too," answered Mitra. Mitra came out of the room because of her father's request. Inside the seal, Naruto prepared to release the seal, and when everybody was ready they started it. Naruto opened the seal while Azura and the others started to build in the reactor. It was harder because this reactor wasn't put into the chest, it was put into the stomach where the seal was. Naruto felt unimaginable pain, but he could feel Kurama left his body and the mantra took his place. After an hour they finished, the reactor was inside of Naruto and Kurama was outside. Both of them was out of cold, but it wasn't surprising Naruto just screamed the last hour because of the pain. However, he survived and the changing have already started. Azura and Mitra took them to their bedroom to let them rest. Mitra never left Naruto's room because she wanted to be there when he would wake up. Kurama woke up after a day and was happy because he was free. After he woke up he visited Naruto but saw he was still sleeping. He woke up after a week. He was surprised because of the new feeling. When he saw himself in the mirror he looked just like Azura except he had blonde hair, blue eyes and his arms looked like Azura's but it wasn't gold but silver. When Mithra saw he woke up she started to cry. Naruto consoled her because he hated to see her cry, and didn't want to be killed by her father too. When Naruto regained his power he started to train again. He was stronger and faster than anybody else in the elemental countries and he was almost as powerful as Azura or Deus. He could even do what August Azura's master could do. He could knuckle a Goma crusher just like August. After a month he was master of his mantra and just like Azura his mantra came from his wrath. Naruto knew it was time to finish this war and reunite Shinkaku. He had Azura's and Yasha's help but needed the other guardian generals too. That's why he looked for them to ask their help. Firstly he looked for August. It wasn't hard to convince him to help them because he would do anything for a fight. The next one was Kalro, who was the wisest of all of the generals. He didn't want to leave his fortress that he created, but Naruto needed him because of his strategist mind. So he made a deal with him. If he could defeat him in shogi then he would join his side. Kalro thought this kid couldn't defeat him so he agreed. He was surprised because Naruto was good. It was hard game but Kalro won but just barely. Naruto thought he would try another time but Kalro said it was the first time that somebody could come this far to defeat him and he wanted to see what Naruto would do for this country so he joined him. After Kalro joined him he looked for Wizen, he was just like August so it wasn't too hard either. But the last one was a tough one, Deus, Olga and Sergei. Olga and Sergei would do what Deus said them because they were his so-called lieutenants. So Naruto only had to convince Deus, but his pride was a little strong. Deus didn't want to serve another fool like the previous emperor. That's why he said if he could scratch him within an hour he would join him. Naruto didn't have an easy task because Deus was Yasha's master. He taught him how to be so fast and Deus was even faster than Yasha. However, after Naruto started to feel his mantra and got used to his speed he managed to scrap him. Deus didn't have a choice, he joined Naruto. With this every general came together and Naruto started to plan the invasion against the Vlitra. They had an army with 50,000 doji, every squad of dojis had their captain, Arasho. They had 10,000 Taisun with different weapons and 10,000 Kagebosh. The enemy had more than 100,000 Goma monsters from every kind and the Vlitra became more powerful. They knew they had to do something now or the enemy's number will increase in fast. So the plan was that Kalro and Kurama would lead the army and lure the Goma army from the Vlitra while Naruto with the others destroy the Vlitra. Because nobody had a better idea, they agreed the plan. After a week they started it. Kalro and Kurama managed to lure most of the Goma army. Naruto and others had to go through at least 10,000 Goma crushers, but they were successful. In front of them stood the Vlitra core. He looked like a human, but larger, and had 6 arms. Naruto thought it looked like Azura on a bad day. They attacked it, but it was more powerful than the last time. After an hour, half of their army was dead and the generals were on ground. Only Naruto was on his feet, but just barely. "Generals, you can't give up now." But everybody was knocked out. "I can't defeat this monster without you, so please give me some of your mantra," screamed Naruto, and suddenly everybody woke up. They didn't have enough power to get up, but have enough to pass some mantra from their reactor to Naruto's. Even Kalro heard him from a mile away but did the same. After Naruto had all type of mantra, he unleashed his full power. His whole body becomes silver like his arm, and with this he activated his mantra form. He didn't know how much time he has, so he attacked. He was faster than the Vlitra core, it didn't even know what happened. Naruto knew it was his chance to finish the war, but it didn't give his life easily. But Naruto with his last punch, which has all of his power, destroyed the Vlitra. And suddenly all of the Goma monsters died too. Everybody started to cheer, Naruto only smiled then fainted. After 2 weeks he woke up, he heard the good and the bad news. Half of the army died in the fight, but the generals agreed to help reuniting the empire and they wanted Naruto to become the new emperor. Naruto accepted it and made a speech to his new people. When he did that, every general and mitra were there. People of Shinkaku, Uzumaki Naruto was chosen by the 8 guardian generals to become your new leader, your emperor. "I know I am young and don't have too much experience, but I promise you we will rebuild this empire and it will be greater than before," said Naruto, and everybody started to cheer for their new emperor. From now on the empire's name will be the Sun Empire, because the sun rises again for all of us. "And I have one more thing to say," said Naruto, then turned to Mitra and kneeled before her. "I know the empire will need not just an emperor but an empress too, so I want to ask you, Mitra, will you marry me?" Mitra didn't accept this, but she knew the answer. "Yes, of course I will marry you," said Mitra. Then they kissed each other while the people cheered for them, and Azura thought about killing Naruto. After the wedding and the coronation, Naruto started to rebuild the empire. Kurama became his advisor, but everything that involved the army he discussed with the generals too. He created an other council for the civilians, but he didn't let them involve the army's things. Naruto recreated the army. He made the doji more powerful and more intelligent than the old ones. By the end of his first year of reign, their number was 100,000. He made the same thing with the Taisun and the others too. They rebuilt the towns and recreated the economy and the agriculture. It didn't take too much time and the towns started to look like when they were built centuries ago. Of course, when Naruto didn't deal with the politics and paperworks, he trained. He mastered his mantra form and became the strongest and fastest human. And of course he made time for his wife Mitra too. They were too young to have children, but they talked about names and what they will teach him or her, etc. It took 2 years, but the empire was a stable country again. After this they heard about the Fourth Shinobi War and that the elemental countries won it. Of course they didn't have to worry about them because they didn't have chakra except Naruto, but his mantra was stronger now. After the war, Kiri heard about the empire, and because of the nearness they made a non-aggression pact with the empire and they made a trade pact too. With this, Kiri received enough food and clothes, and the empire received different western goods and tools that they didn't have. After a year they heard about the new war between Konoha and Kumo Iwa fraction. They received a letter that says a Konoha envoys would come to ask their help. Naruto was furious but knew nobody knew his identity in the elemental nations. Moreover, he was curious what they would do for his help. He waited this envoy and wanted to see their face when they realized he is the emperor of the strongest country. After Naruto disappeared by the reverse summoning, Minato had to face the villagers, who weren't happy. They didn't like the fact that Minato and the previous Hokages let the Jinchurikis live in the village. The villagers thought the Hokages had to kill them because they were too dangerous. Minato tried to explain them that the first Hokage divided the tailed beast because with this they could create peace. But villagers thought it was a lie because after the hidden villages had been created there were 2 wars, so division didn't create peace. And the fact that an Uchiha was the reason of the Kyuubi attack only added fuel to the fire. The villagers thought the Uchiha clan was a respectable clan and Itachi has gone mad, but some of the villagers started to think that Itachi did a favor for them because he, Sasuke and the masked man are the only Uchiha left. So the best option was to find and kill Itachi and the masked man, and keep a close eye on Sasuke. With this so much lie, Minato and council lost a lot of trust from the people. They started to question if they even could lead the village. Some people even have started to collect signatures to take this case to the daimyo's court. Minato knew if they were successful he would lose his title as Hokage. So he arrested and branded them as traitors. After their execution, no one dared to say anything against Minato and the council, but deep down knew they wanted to change them. They wanted Minato out of their lives because of his lies and terrible things he did to his son. Of course they still have hated Naruto and thought he should have died, but the fact what Minato and his family did with him was unforgivable. They abused and beat him, without any mercy. If he did that to his own son, what would he do with them? And they wanted to get rid of the council, especially civilian council, because they have become corrupted and power-hungry. They stole from everywhere where they could and didn't care about the people anymore, only themselves. 6 months passed since Naruto left the village and Minato executed everyone who was against him, but a problem was still there. They didn't have any Jinchuriki, and the Kyuubi chakra that Kushina had wasn't enough to call her one. The original plan was that if Naruto wanted to leave, then the Anbu who would have taken him to the border knock him out and smuggle him back without anyone would notice. With this they would have a weapon without any memories, so they could have trained him like they wanted. However, nobody knew he had summons either. He was prepared a situation like this. Fortunately, Naruto didn't have contacts with the other hidden villages, so they could keep the secret that they didn't have a Jinchuriki. However, Naruto sent messages those who were Konoha's allies, like Wave, Spring, Vegetables, etc. And slowly every country stopped the trade with Konoha and the Fire Country. The daimyo was enraged because of this but couldn't do anything. He knew if he changed Minato the things wouldn't be any better, moreover there wasn't anyone who could take the Hokage position. So the daimyo gave some time to Minato to solve the problem. For years have passed since Naruto left the village, but the situation have never become better. They lost almost all of their clients, allies, but the losing their reputation on other villages' eyes was the worst. After the other hidden villages heard that Konoha had lost their allies, they thought it was the best time to attack them. However, they didn't know they lost their Jinchuriki, so the attack never happened. Konoha managed to stop every gossip about losing Naruto, so they were lucky, but that luck ran out fast. When the Kage summit was in Iron Country, the Kages wanted to take the last 2 Jinchurikis somewhere safe, but Minato confessed them it is impossible, because Naruto have disappeared. The other Kages looked at him like he grew another head. They didn't understand how could Minato lost his Jinchuriki, especially his own son. Minato lied and said that Naruto wanted to kill him because he made him a Jinchuriki, and when they wanted to arrest him he got away by reverse summoning. He added that they sent out hunter ninjas but they never found him. The last part at least was true because they needed him because of the Kyuubi. The other Kages were suspicious but they didn't have any evidence against Minato's statement. After this, Uchiha Madara appeared and announced the 4th Shinobi War, then disappeared. The Kages knew they could defeat Madara if they joined forces, so they created a coalition against the Akatsuki. The war wasn't a long one, but all of the villages lost a lot of people. Madara was captured before he could activate the Mugen Tsukuyomi. When they caught him they saw it wasn't Madara but Uchiha Obito who was killed the last war, at least that was they thought. After a trial he was executed and the life became normal again. However, after the war a new summit was held about what will happen now. The summit was about borders, allies, and the information that they found in the Akatsuki headquarters. Minato wanted every Sharingan back that they found, but the other Kages knew it was out of questions because they would destroy them. These eyes were cursed and had to be destroyed. The next thing was about Rain Country. Because there wasn't any leader left and the daimyo had enough of the wars, he agreed to divide the country. Konoha, Iwa, and Suna received equal area, so this case was closed. However, there was one thing where they couldn't find solution. What will happen the Bijus? Because Konoha didn't have any, they wanted at least one, but the other Kages wanted those back whose have been taken away from them. At last the Mizukage offered a solution. They give Konoha the 3 tails, if the other countries promised they wouldn't attack them because of their country's condition. Everybody knew that Kiri was weak because of the civil war that Madara caused with his Sharingan on the previous Mizukage. And the last war caused more damage, so the Kages promised it, even the Tsuchikage too, who seemed to have a little honor. With this Konoha received a bijou but lost every Sharingan. After this the summit was ended. 2 months later, however, everything changed. Every Kage got the report about the casualties. Iwa and Kumo lost the most while Suna and Kiri the least, but Suna was the weakest of all elemental countries because of their low number of ninjas, while Kiri didn't have many ninjas because of the civil war. So the question was how Konoha lost lesser than them. The answer was easy and Iwa found it in Obito's notes which he wrote under the war. The notes said that while one of Obito's men spied on Konoha, he learned that Konoha sent out only half of their army because they were afraid they would lose too many ninjas, and if another country wanted to attack them they could protect themselves. And the fact that they could keep off the war if Hashirama would have killed Madara only made him more angry. Because of Konoha's weakness happened all of this. They made Madara become a lunatic and Madara made Obito lunatic too. And they didn't take any responsibility for their mistakes, and now the other countries had to pay for it. The Tsuchikage was furious because of their fear. He lost a lot of good people and he couldn't start a war because Konoha was in a better position, but then remembered Kumo would help them and he was right. When the Tsuchikage showed that note the Raikage, he threw out his desk from the office. He said that Konoha had to pay for this treachery, so they created a faction against Konoha. They wanted Suna and Kiri to join them, but Suna stayed neutral and Kiri did the same, but they heard Kiri started to become stronger after they made a pact some empire. However, until they stay out of their war they could do whatever they wanted. Fortunately some minor country joined them like Sound, Waterfall, and Grass. With this they had more than enough ninja against Konoha, and even their daimyo supported them with samurais. And the new war started. Konoha didn't have too much choice, so they started to protect themselves against Iwa, Kumo, and the other countries, but soon they realized it was a one-sided war because the numbers were against them even with the samurais that the daimyo gave them. 10 months later Konoha lost half of their army. They needed a plan, or rather some ally who could help them. That's why they sent messages every country which had an army but didn't side with Iwa and Kumo. After 2 days they received their answers. So any good news? Asked Minato while he hoped somebody would help them. Unfortunately the answer is no from everywhere. Suna and Kiri are neutrals in this war and the others don't want to do anything with us. Answered Jiraiya. Then what will we do? We are in a dire situation. Slowly we don't have anybody who would fight for us. Said a man from the council. We have to calm down and think about a new plan. There has to be a solution for this war. Said Minato. Then Jiraiya brought up something interesting. Minato, what about the Eastern Empire? Asked Jiraiya. We thought about asking their help, but we didn't have any information about them. Or did you receive anything about them? Asked Minato while he hoped this time he would get some good news. As a matter of fact, I heard some interesting stories about them. Stated Jiraiya, but before he could continue a member of council interrupted him. Then tell us everything you heard, we don't have too much time. Okay, I have just wanted to do it before you interrupted me," said Jiraiya with some anger in his voice. "So what all of us know is this empire appeared suddenly a year ago when the war was over. Kiri made a non-aggression pact with them and trade pact too. With this they receive enough food to feed their man. However, after some research I found some incredible thing. Firstly, this empire is older than the elemental some years ago a young man reunited it. And now he is the emperor," said Jiraiya, but then Minato interrupted him. "Do we know why was it divided?" asked Minato. "Because of some war, but I didn't find anything about it and they didn't want anybody else knew too. I don't know how the emperor looks like, but he is 18 years old. He is the strongest man there, he has 8 generals and an advisor too. All of them are very powerful like I heard. And he recreated the army, the economy, and agriculture. They are our only chance to survive, so it would be a wise decision to send them a letter or something," finished Jiraiya, and everyone started to talk about the empire. Some people thought it's not a good idea to ask the empire to help them because the emperor is too young, or after the war they would want Konoha to be their vassal. However, Minato thought if they got a chance to talk to the emperor they could find a compromise. Moreover, if they survived and had to give up some jutsu or bloodline, it wouldn't be the end of the world. "Alright, Jiraiya, you would lead a team after we sent a message to the emperor to seek audience with him. Remember, this is a triple S rank mission, maybe the first and last one too because it's about our surviving. We will send the message today and tomorrow morning you leave the village and hopefully the emperor will be waiting for you," finished Minato, and Jiraiya only nodded. The next morning he was waiting for the team members. After 10 minutes everyone arrived. One of the members was Hatake Kakashi, who didn't change much. He didn't really care about Naruto, but when he heard that Naruto was able to beat Sasuke he was surprised. Of course he was happy when he left the village and started to train Sasuke more harder. However, because of this he didn't train his other student Haruno Sakura, who became more useless than before. The next member was Uchiha Sasuke, who became stronger under Kakashi, but he wasn't near the power of a Kage. But Minato thought maybe they could offer him for the help. But Minato ordered him not to do anything stupid because of his ego. The fact is, despite the villagers don't like him, his ego became so big like the village. He thinks because he is the last Uchiha on the planet he can do anything. He was in trouble a lot of times, but Minato released him because he needed him for the war. Of course he thought he was released because of his status. Unfortunately, Kakashi didn't teach him any humiliation, only swell his ego like Sakura. The next member was Tsunade, who was there as a medic. The fact is, she saw how Minato and the others abused Naruto and tried to help him, but Minato and Jiraiya always stopped her. She wanted to care about him and train him, but Minato placed her in the hospital and didn't left any free time for her. However, when Naruto was in the hospital she treated him and showed him some chakra control technique. When Naruto left the village she wanted to go after him, to find him, but Minato said she didn't have to worry because he sent out the hunter ninjas and they would find him. Of course she knew they wouldn't find him, but hoped at least he would send a letter or something to tell her how he was. Unfortunately it never happened, but Tsunade thought he didn't want to be found. She hoped they will meet again and he would tell her his adventures and she could become his mother like she saw herself when she treated her in the hospital. The next one was Hyuga Hinata, who was still a timid and shy girl. She had a crush on Naruto, but because of fear of rejection she never confessed to him, and when he left the village she lost all of her chances. She became a little stronger, but in the eye on her clan she was still weak. That's why she was branded with the cursed seal and sent to the branch family. She is on this mission because Hayashi, Hinata's father, thought his daughter would value something if they sold her as a slave or maid. That's why the team other mission was to sell her to the emperor. The Byakugan was unsafe because of Seal and elders thought because she was so weak if she ever had children they were too weak to even activate their eyes. Minato didn't like it, but he needed strong ninjas, but she wasn't one because of her depressed state. The worst thing is Hinata didn't try to fight, she just accepted her fate. Her cousin, Niji, was a member too. He was there to protect Hinata. Fortunately, he changed a little and didn't preach about fate every minute. However, after Hinata was branded, his old self returned because he thought again it was her fate. His opinion got stronger when he heard she will be sold to the emperor. And of course there is Jiraiya. He never really tried to train Naruto, not even talk to him. There were two things he cared about: the prophecy that the toads told him and his research. He thought one of Minato's child would be the child who the prophecy was about, but he wasn't sure which one. However, he was sure Naruto couldn't be the one after Minato told him he failed the academy 3 times. The prophecy was about a warrior who was strongest and didn't feel any fear, so if Naruto couldn't even finish the academy, he couldn't be the one. That's why he only trained Naruto's siblings, took them to missions, and hoped he would learn which one of them who he looked for. When Naruto left the village, he felt nothing. He didn't know him and didn't have the time to look for him when he had to find the warrior that prophecy mentioned. "All right, everyone is ready?" asked Jiraiya. Then everybody nodded. The message was sent, and when we arrive they will waiting for us. The journey is 3 weeks and started to read it. "Ah yes, we were waiting for you. Here is a map. You can find everything on it you need to know. The audience will be held in Shinto, the capital. From here it's a half a day on foot and your audience will be held 2 days later. Now move, there are others too," said the doji. "Thank you very much," said Jiraiya with relief. After they started the journey to the capital, the doji immediately sent a letter to the emperor to tell him the Konoha ninjas arrived and there are 6 people. 6 hours later the letter arrived and Naruto started to think about how he should see them. So at last they came, and 2 days later they will receive a surprise that they won't forget," said Naruto with an evil smile. After Jiraiya and his team received the map and some information, they started their journey to Shinto. The road wasn't long, only half a day like the doji said. But they were curious about what they were. "Jiraiya-sama, what were those things?" asked Kakashi. "As far as I know, the little one is called doji. They create most of their army, but the big one, I don't know. However, I am sure the weapon he had, it wasn't something I want him to test on me," said Jiraiya while he hoped everyone was satisfied with the answer for the time. "If they part of the army, this empire can't be that powerful," stated Sasuke with arrogant smile. The looks can be deceiving, Sasuke. There are thousands of those dojis and they are very tough and intelligent. So be careful before you try to fight one of them," said Jiraiya. Then after this everyone stayed silent. Sasuke wanted to say something to Jiraiya, but Kakashi stopped him. "We don't have time for this argument, Sasuke, so leave it now." "Whatever." Finished the conversation, Sasuke. When they reached Shinto, the sun started to go down. They wanted to look for inn, but Jiraiya said there was an inn marked on their map. He thought it was a little suspicious, but on the other hand maybe the emperor wanted to lead them one of the best inn. Jiraiya was only half right, because Naruto marked that inn, but his reason was that he could watch them. When they reached the inn, the manager gave them the keys to their rooms. The inn's name was Sly Fox, because the manager used foxes for hunting instead of dogs, and their sly thinking always helped him when they were on hunts. The inn's wasn't the best one but was good enough for anybody for 2 or 3 days. Naruto gave every information that the manager had to know, and he gave them those rooms where the hidden cameras were. With this, Naruto could keep an eye on them. "Well, it's not the best one, but I think it will do it while we are here," said Jiraiya while he sat down. The next day they looked around Shinto. They were amazed how big and lively the city was. Shops and restaurants were everywhere. There were enormous parks with beautiful flowers and other plants where anyone could rest a bit. There were theaters for some fun or a museum, schools and libraries for those who wanted to learn. "You could find some statue palace," said Naruto, and servant only nodded, then took Hinata to her new room. "Well, then one business is finished. But you still didn't tell me your offer for my helping," said Naruto, and unfortunately Jiraiya and even Tsunade was out of ideas. Then Sasuke stood up and started to speak. What would you say for the last Uchiha on the planet? Asked Sasuke with his arrogant attitude. What do you mean? Asked Naruto, who wasn't impressed by him. I am the last alive Uchiha who owns the legendary Sharingan. If you help this losers, I will join your army. Anyway, I am stronger than those grey rats you call army. And if you teach me to use this mantra, I can become stronger because Konoha doesn't have anything that they could teach me to become stronger. You could even make me the commander of those generals. What do you say you could even introduce me some noble girl here who would be my wife too? Said Sasuke with his arrogant attitude, but it only made Naruto's blood boil. Firstly, how dare you insult my army and the generals? All of them fought such monsters that you couldn't even imagine. They are brave warriors who sacrificed their lives for the empire, and I won't let a spoiled and weak snotty-nosed child like you join them. Secondly, I won't teach you how to use mantra because of 2 reasons. The first one is I can see on you that everything you have was given and not earned by hard work, so you wouldn't endure the training. The second is the souls that gives mantra would reject you because they wouldn't serve someone like you. And finally, I won't introduce any girls because even the poorest girl deserves better than you. Finished Naruto and hoped he made his point. Who are you to insult me and my goals? Asked Sasuke with anger. Naruto stood up from his chair, went closer to them to let them saw his face. I am Uzumaki Naruto, and I am the Emperor of the Sun Empire. When they saw it was Naruto, everybody was shocked. Naruto, you are the Emperor? Asked Kakashi. You are shocked, aren't you? Said Naruto, then saw everybody's face. Jiraiya was shocked and didn't understood what was Minato's son doing here. However, it was irrelevant now, because he started to think about a new plan to convince Naruto to come back to Konoha. Tsunade was happy because she could see him again and hoped after the meeting she would have the chance to talk to him. Kakashi didn't really know what to think. In front of him stood his sensei's son who he didn't even try to teach. Neji was angry because in front of him stood the person who beat him and humiliated him in front of a lot of nobles, moreover lied to him about the fate. However, he was half right because he didn't lie about the fate, because Naruto didn't let it to chain him while Neji did. And Sasuke was beyond mad. Here stood the only man who could defeat him, and he was the emperor. Sasuke thought it wasn't fair. How could a loser like him become an emperor when he couldn't even finish the academy properly? Naruto, if you are the emperor, you have to help Konoha, your home. Said Jiraiya, but Naruto only looked at with an angry face. Why would I help Konoha when that place is the source of my pain and suffering? You Jiraiya only cared about your stupid prophecy or your research. You didn't try to help me with my training or when the villagers beat me. Kakashi, you are even worse, because you are hypocrite too. Moreover, what would you think if I say I will help you but the next morning you would only find a note that says sorry but I have better things to do? Said Naruto to indoctrinate Jiraiya and humiliate Kakashi because of his doing before the Chunin exam. What Abu Neji? Do you think it was fate that made the emperor? I can tell you it was hard work that helped me and not fate. Said Naruto to make Neji angry. However, Neji didn't understand if fate was real, then Naruto's fate was to become an emperor. Because of this he was confused. He thought Naruto would be dead by now because every weak people's fate was early death. But before he could continue the thinking, Naruto interrupted him. Oh, and don't worry about Hinata because from now on she is a member of the Empire, and if you try to kill her then it's an act of war against the Empire. When Neji heard this he knew he was outplayed and couldn't do anything to buy Hinata back. Sasuke, how are you, my old friend? I heard you managed to kill Itachi. It was easy because he didn't take you seriously and he was ill too. Am I right? And I heard you got married to that useless fangirl too. Did she give you strong children? I think not. Said Naruto, but before he could continue insulting Sasuke he attacked him. But Naruto was faster and knocked him back. You shouldn't attack an emperor or you will find yourself in the execution chamber. Said Naruto. Then Sasuke wanted to attack again but Naruto didn't let him. He kicked him in the stomach so hard Sasuke collapsed on his knees. As you can see, I am stronger than Tsunade and faster than Minato, so don't try anything stupid. How can you be this strong? Asked Sasuke with a weak voice. I trained every day from sunrise to sunset. My masters gave me a training that was worse than the hell itself. This is the reason I am strong and you are not. Finished Naruto, then knocked him out. Everybody was shocked and afraid. What Naruto stated was true, he was stronger and faster than anyone in Konoha. Then he went to Tsunade. It is good to see you again, Tsunade. I am sorry I didn't write, but I had to stay hidden from everyone. Said Naruto, then Tsunade hugged him. It is all right, you are okay, that's what matters. Said Tsunade. You can stay here if you want to. Said Naruto. But why would you let me stay? Asked Tsunade. You were the only one who wanted to help me in Konoha, it's time to repay my debt. Said Naruto, and Tsunade only nodded. Tsunade, you can't do this, it is treachery. Screamed Jiraiya, but then Naruto disappeared, then reappeared in front of Jiraiya and hit him in the stomach. He didn't even have time to react, he was too fast. If I want your opinion, I will ask it. Whispered Naruto in his ear. I think for now you realized I won't help Konoha, you dug a hole for yourself and it's time to lie in it. But before you leave, I want you to introduce you two people. The first one is my wife Uzumaki Mitra, come here my love. Said Naruto, and Mitra went to next to Naruto and kissed his face, then said. Hello everyone. When Kakashi and the others saw her, all of them thought the same thing, she was the most beautiful woman on the world and she was Naruto's wife. Before you think about something pervert, I have to tell you, maybe Mitra doesn't fight but have enough power to kill you, Jiraiya. Said Naruto, and Jiraiya only gulped. The other person, somebody you know very well. Kurama, come here. Said Naruto, then a tall red-headed and red-eyed man came in. You called Naruto? Asked Kurama, and Naruto only nodded. But Naruto, we don't know him. Said Jiraiya, who was better now. Don't you recognize an old friend, the Kyuubi? Said Naruto, then everybody looked at him with wide eyes. Kurama grew out his tails to prove he is the Kyuubi. Naruto, you freed the Kyuubi? How? But a better question, are you out of your mind? Screamed Jiraiya. No, I am perfectly sane and I freed him because we made a deal. He trains me and then when I am strong enough I will free him. How did I it? It is something I know, but you will never learn. I think it is time for you to leave. Guards. Said Naruto with a serious tone. Then Tendoji came in. Escort them to the port and take them to next ship that goes to Kiri. Ordered Naruto, then the doji took them out. Wait Naruto, don't do this. You have to help Konoha, you are our only hope, without you all of us will die. Said Jiraiya while the doji wanted to take him out. I don't care Konoha, Minato, or my bastard family. They can die because of their arrogance and stupidity. Said Naruto, and with this he finished the meeting. After the doors were closed, Naruto introduced Mitra properly to Tsunade and started to talk about what happened to Naruto the last 5 years. After 2 hours they thought it was time to do something about Hinata. When they reached her room they knocked and waited the answer. Come in. Said Hinata, then Naruto, Mitra and Tsunade went into her room. Hello Hinata, it's good to see you again. Said Naruto, then suddenly Hinata hugged him. I missed you so much Naruto-kun. Said Hinata while she started to cry. It's all right now. Nobody will harm you again and I will deactivate the seal on your forehead. Said Naruto, then Hinata hugged him even more while she said thank you at least 10 times. When she calmed down, Naruto deactivated the seal and said she could go anywhere because she was under his protection and there isn't slavery in the empire. Hinata didn't know what to say, but she wanted to stay with Naruto and became his wife. Naruto said it was impossible because he was married. This broke her heart, but deep down she knew she wasn't too much chance if she saw him again. She didn't know what she should do, so she asked everyone to leave her alone to think and cry. When they left the room they felt terrible, especially Naruto, but he couldn't do anything. He loved Mitra and wouldn't leave her anything. After this they went to dining room to eat something and hoped Hinata would be calm the next time when they would see her. At the same time Jiraiya and the others were on the ship that went back to Kiri. Jiraiya was on the board with Kakashi and they thought about what will they say to the Hokage and the council. Jiraiya-sama, any ideas what will happen to Konoha and us? Asked Kakashi. I don't know, but I am sure everybody will hit the wall when they hear that Naruto is the emperor and he won't help us, said Jiraiya with a sad tone. Jiraiya wouldn't say it out loud but started to regret not to train or care about Naruto. I think it's time to say it out loud, said Jiraiya, and Kakashi looked at him strangely. What do you mean, Jiraiya-sama? Asked Kakashi. We are screwed, said Jiraiya, and Kakashi only nodded. Back in the palace Naruto went to his and Mitra room and thought about Konoha. The other countries had the right to destroy it, but his promise was older than theirs. That's why he started to write some letters, then called a servant. Please take these to messengers and tell them to send these within 2 days, said Naruto, and the servant only nodded and took the letters. I think it is time to finish what I started years ago, said Naruto with a smile. While Jiraiya and his team traveled to the Sun Empire, Minato directed his ninjas in the battles. They didn't have much time, that's why he hoped Jiraiya would come back with an army. Baka use of the work, he didn't have much time for his family and they worried about him, especially Kushina. After the meeting was ended about the empire, Kushina went to Minato's office to talk to him. Minato, do you think the empire will help us? Asked Kushina with concern. I don't know, but if they don't help us, 2 months later Konoha will be defeated, answered Minato. You can't be serious, only 2 months? Said Kushina with fear now. Our children are out there and fight for Konoha, for nothing? Said Kushina with pure anger. We wouldn't be here if you didn't want to banish Naruto, finished Kushina. Naruto couldn't control his feelings. You heard what happened in Wave Country and on the Chunin exam. I had to do something and it was the only way, or the prison. I did what was the best for the village, said Minato without any regret what he did. Maybe we were harsh with him, but we wanted to protect him. Maybe we should have trained him, said Kushina with tears in her eyes. Kushina, you know we agreed that we couldn't train him because of the Kyuubi would have got out. This was the reason why Kakashi didn't teach him anything. However, I was surprised when Naruto said it was the Kyuubi who trained him for the exam, said Minato, but before he could continue Kushina interrupted him. But we should have done something to help him carry this burden. It was terrible to see the village hate him, his siblings abuse him. But we didn't do anything because we were scared, screamed Kushina now. Kushina, you know his seal wasn't that strong like yours was, said Minato, but Kushina interrupted him again. So we had to just push him away and hoped the seal will be strong enough. Minato, this too much for me, said Kushina while she collapsed on her knees and started to cry. Minato tried to console her. I know it's hard, Kushina, but if we didn't do it maybe a lot of innocent people would have died, said Minato, but it only angered Kushina. And because of this I lost my son, screamed Kushina with her full of anger. Minato looked away and said, I am sorry, Kushina, but you know the village is the first. I know I did terrible things that involved Naruto, but I did that to protect everyone, said Minato. Then Kushina looked at him with pure hate. Except one person, said Kushina, then left Minato's office. In the next 6 weeks they didn't really speak to each other. Few days before Jiraiya and his team returned, Erasure and Kasumi had returned from a battle that they have won. When they were in front of their father they talked about Jiraiya and his mission. So Jiraiya will return soon. Do you think he received any help? Asked Kasumi. I don't know, but we need some help or we will be destroyed. Now go home and rest a bit. Who knows when will you have to go back? Said Minato, and they only nodded and left. Minato thought about everything that happened in the last 5 years. He did a lot of things that was bad, and because of them he would be sent to the hell. But this time he hoped they would receive some help, because if they did he would walk into hell with a smile on his face. Then 2 days later Jiraiya and his team returned. They had to report immediately. In the room there was everybody: Minato, Kushina, their children, the civilian council, the shinobi council and the advisors too. When everybody arrived and sat down, Minato started. "So Jiraiya, did you talk to the emperor?" asked Minato, then waited his answer. "Yes, we talked to the emperor, but he won't help us," said Jiraiya without looking up. "What? But why? Wait, where is Tsunade?" "Jiraiya, what the hell happened?" asked Minato while he started to get angry. "Tsunade betrayed us," said Jiraiya without any feeling. "Why?" asked Minato with anger. "Because the emperor is your son Uzumaki Naruto," said Jiraiya, then waited the answer. When he saw their faces they were shocked. "What do you mean that Naruto is the emperor?" asked Minato with astonishment, fear and anger. "I thought I was understandable. Naruto is the emperor and won't help us because of the terrible things we did to him," said Jiraiya with sadness. Then Kushina ran out the room with tears in her eyes. "Impossible. How is it possible that Naruto, our dead last brother, is the emperor?" asked Erasure with so much anger that would have destroyed a town. "Arashi-sama is right, it is impossible that they let him become an emperor," said a counselor from the civilian side. "It is the truth and I am sure they didn't use genjutsu to trick us," said Jiraiya. Then Minato started to talk again. "Are you sure, Jiraiya?" "Yes, Minato, because they don't use chakra but something they call mantra. We witnessed that power by one of the guardian generals and Naruto too. I can say for sure he is far stronger than any of us right now. He hits stronger than Tsunade with her full power. And it is terrible to say it out loud, but he is faster than you, Minato," said Jiraiya, and when he finished everybody started to protest everything that Jiraiya said, because everybody thought he was tricked some way. It was Hayashi who stopped the arguing with a question to Neji. "Neji, did you sell Hinata to the emperor while you knew it was Naruto?" asked Hayashi, who was angry because he didn't like his daughter but he didn't want to sell her to Naruto. "I sold her, but I didn't know that time it was him. Behind him were windows and because of the sunshines we didn't saw his face. However, he said if we try to kill her then it is an act of war, so we can't do anything. And here is the gold he gave us for her." Finished Neji, then gave the scroll to Hayashi. When he saw the gold he was somewhat happy, but he still didn't like the fact that his daughter is with someone who is able to deactivate the curse seal. "Minato, we have to send somebody to kill Hinata because I am afraid Yu's son deactivated her seal and the Byakugan is in danger," said Hayashi, but it didn't touch Minato. "I am sorry, Hayashi, but we can't do anything. Neji sold her, so she is Naruto's slave or maid. Moreover, we don't have anybody who would go there. Besides, if they don't have chakra, the Byakugan is useless against them, so you worry for nothing." Finished Minato, and Hayashi thought maybe he is right. The other countries won't try to kidnap her because the war right now and because of Naruto. When Minato and Hayashi finished the talking and other counselors started to talk. "Isn't there anything that we can offer for him?" asked a counselor. "We tried, but we doesn't have anything, and it will be a cold day in hell when he will give us help," said Jiraiya with a tone that said he gave up. "He can't do this, he is a Konoha ninja. His banishment wasn't finalized because he run away, so technically he's still under your calm and Hokage-sama," said the same the counselor. "Even if you are right, it won't touch him because he has what we are lack of, power and a huge army. If he felt like it he would vanquish us. Minato, I don't want to say this, but you have to negotiate with the enemy because we don't have time and ninjas enough for continuing this war," finished Jiraiya. "Jiraiya-sama, with all respect, but we can't do that, they would kill us all," said one of the fattest counselor who have ever lived. "Maybe yes, but it's the only way to save the country and its people," said Jiraiya. Then another counselor started. "My colleague is right, we can't negotiate with them. They would kill us or bankrupt us, so I think it would be better to find some way to get some help from the emperor. After he said that, it only made Jiraiya mad. Are you listening to yourself, you narrow-minded fools? We can't ask help from Naruto because of all the wrongdoings that me, Minato, his family, Kakashi and especially you did. You are so afraid that you will be bankrupted that you have forgotten every men, women and children in the country? For the first time in your life, start thinking about others and not yourself, because you are the reason we are here. You wanted to send only half of the army, and Minato is only wrong because he let you do it. Minato, it is time to do something that helps us. Negotiate with them and fire these idiots who are only thinking about money and position," said Jiraiya, then stormed out of the room. After he left, Minato asked the others what else happened in the empire. They told him everything about the capital and what was inside of it. They spoke about the warriors they saw, the generals, that Naruto was married to a beautiful woman, etc. When they finished, Minato let them go home and started to talk with the council about everything they heard. Some people thought the negotiating is useless, that's why they should try again with Naruto. Someone suggested to kidnap Naruto's wife, and if he helps them they will release her. A lot of plan was created, but any of them were good and Minato had enough of the council. "That's enough," screamed Minato. "All of you are fired. From now on only Jiraiya will help me with the planning. Now get out, all of you," said Minato. Everyone wanted to protest, but on second thought it was better to leave the Hokage alone to let him think. Outside, Erasure and Kasumi talked about the situation. "We have to do something or Konoha will be destroyed," said Kasumi while he hoped his brother will help her. "What do you want to do? Father just fired everyone. Moreover, our dear brother won't help either. We are strong, but we can't defeat more than 5 countries' army," said Erasure with a rude tone. "At least I am trying. You should do that, because I don't want die just yet," said Kasumi with an angry tone. "Well, my cute little sister, there is nothing you can do," said Erasure while he walked away. "And what will you do?" asked Kasumi. "What a stupid question. I will do my job. I will fight until I am out of chakra, breath and life," said Erasure, but before he left his sister alone a messenger arrived. "Out of the way, I have to speak the Hokage right away," said the messenger and went inside the council chamber. "What happened?" asked Minato. "The enemy retreated, Hokage-sama," said the messenger. "What do you mean? They just retreated?" asked Minato because he felt something isn't right. "Yes, Hokage-sama, we just saw them return to their country," said the messenger, but Minato knew they were planning something big. "Send message to every ninja to return Konoha right away," ordered Minato. "What's the problem, sir? The enemy retreated, we are saved," said the messenger. "No, we are not. They are planning something, I just feel it. We will need everybody, so do it. Then start the evacuation too. Every civilian has to go to the shelters," ordered Minato, and the messenger did it right away. The truth is, the retreating was an order by Naruto. After Jiraiya and his team left the empire, he summoned the Iwa Kumo fraction to talk to them. The meeting was in Kumo and everyone was there. Not just the Kages but the daimyos too. From the Sound Village, Orochimaru came. It was a surprise, but Naruto hoped he would be there because he wanted to kill him. When everybody sat down, Naruto started. "Respected Kages and daimyos, it's a pleasure to meet you all. My name is Uzumaki Naruto, but before I say the reason of this meeting I have to do something," started Naruto, and everyone stared at him. "And what would that be?" asked Orochimaru. "To kill you," said Naruto. Then he disappeared and reappeared before Orochimaru. He grabbed him by his neck and lifted him up while he put a seal on him. "That seal will destroy every curse seal that you put on the people, moreover deactivate every regeneration jutsu so you can't escape from death this time," said Naruto while Orochimaru wanted to say something but he was unable to because Naruto's hold was so powerful that destroyed his larynx. Say hello, everyone else I will send after you. Said Naruto, then he napped his neck then his head. Finally he asked somebody to burn the corpse. With this Orochimaru was dead and every pieces that he put into others were destroyed too. Now then we can start. Said Naruto with a smile. Everybody was shocked and only a minute later started to speak the Raikage. What do you want from us? Asked the Raikage. I want you to retreat from the fire country with your army. Said Naruto. Why would we do that when we are so near to defeat them? Asked the Tsuchikage. Because I want to be the one to destroy Konoha. Said Naruto, then started to tell them his past about Konoha. They were shocked but not surprised about Minato, but the fact he did those awful things to his own son. Alright, you had a terrible childhood. And now you want revenge. So why don't you help us instead? We would finish it faster. Said the Raikage. No, I want to do it alone, but I have a deal that would make everybody happy. Said Naruto, and everybody became curious. And what would be this deal? Asked the Raikage. First of all, you and your army will retreat. Then I will capture Minato and destroy his precious village with everybody who is inside. However, here comes the good part for you. Raikage-sama, I will give you every Hyuga and a scroll about their curse seal. With that you can activate or deactivate the seal. Moreover, every other bloodline users I find and don't want to do anything is yours. Tsuchikage-sama, I will give you the scroll of seals and scrolls about every jutsu that Minato created. Said Naruto, then he offered jutsus and everything else that Konoha had to the smaller countries too. So do we have a deal? Asked Naruto. Then everybody nodded to each other then said in the same time. Yes. Naruto only smiled and said one last thing. The retreat must be held 2 weeks from now because I want Jiraiya and the others who came to me to be there when I kill them. Said Naruto, and everyone nodded and started to plan the attack. Minato needed 3 days to call everyone back and send the civilians to the shelters. Now they were waiting. A day later they saw a person who walked to the gate. A Hyuga saw it was Naruto, but he wasn't alone. Ninjas were everywhere, but they were out of the range of Byakugan. They were waiting for the signal when they can take everything that Naruto promised them. Minato didn't want to wait for Naruto to do something, so he ordered everyone on the wall to attack. Every ninja threw their kunais or shurikens and used their fire, water, lightning, earth or wind type jutsus. After 10 minutes they stopped and waited for the ash to be distributed. When it happened, everybody was shocked and started to fear because Naruto didn't even have a scratch and the earth around him was destroyed except where he stood. Well then I think it's my turn. Said Naruto, then he concentrated his mantra into his arm then threw a mantra orb to the gate which exploded and killed everyone who was around it. After this everyone started to run his direction because of Minato's order. But everyone was killed before they could touch Naruto. Naruto combined his speed and strength to kill them like Yasha taught him. When he was before the gate everyone trembled because of the fear. Naruto wanted to attack but they run away, only Minato stood before him. So father, what do you think? Am I strong enough now to train me? Asked Naruto while he stared at Minato with his cold blue eyes. What have you become, Naruto? You want to destroy Konoha? Only through my dead body. Said Minato, who tried to hide his fear. Not yet, because I have to do something before that. Said Naruto while Minato was confused. What would that be? Asked Minato, then Naruto disappeared then reappeared behind Minato. This. Said Naruto, then knocked Minato out and put a seal on him. After this Naruto took Minato to the ruined Hokage mountain and binded him. Naruto knew he wouldn't wake for a time, so he started the next step to destroy Konoha. He lured everybody to the center of the village, and while everybody said that they have won because he was surrounded, Naruto only smiled and said, Kuchios no Jutsu. After this Kurama appeared and started to destroy everything around himself. While he destroyed the village, Naruto started to collect everything that he promised the others, like the Hyuga clan scrolls, etc. Then he signaled them with a mantra orb. After that they started to run to the village for their prize. While they took everything that was movable, Naruto met his ex-family. Mother, Erasure and Kasumi, what a pleasure. I would talk to you, but I have to destroy a village, said Naruto while Erasure wasn't in a good mood, so he attacked him. However, he was knocked back by Naruto. Erasure, please, you aren't strong enough now to defeat me. Our father tried too, and I knocked him out with one punch and one seal. So do you think you do have a chance against me? Said Naruto, but Erasure was too angry, that's why he tried again, but the result was the same except this time he was knocked out too. So who is next? Asked Naruto. Then Kushina started to talk. Naruto, please stop. I know we were a terrible family to you, but it's not too late. If you finish this madness, we can start again, and this time we will be a real family. Please stop this and come home, begged Kushina, who was on her knees and started to cry. Do you think anybody wants to see me after this? Kurama and I already have killed half of your ninjas. Who wouldn't want to kill us from here right now? Tell me, mother, who? Asked Naruto, but Kushina couldn't answer. That's what I thought, said Naruto, but before he could live, Sasuke and Sakura appeared. Hey loser, I see you came here to destroy the village, said Sasuke while Naruto only smiled at him. Sasuke, what a surprise. You came for another beating? Asked Naruto, but it only made him angry. Shut up, Naruto, I came here to kill you, said Sasuke, and Naruto started to laugh. You want to kill me? Good joke. However, the sad truth is that even the Hokage couldn't defeat me, and you think you can, said Naruto while he laughed. Last time you were lucky, but now I will show you the power of the Uchi, said Sasuke, but couldn't finish it because Naruto hit him where he hit the last time. Sorry, but I was tired of your preaching. So because I have a busy schedule, I will kill you right now, said Naruto and started prepare a mantra orb. You can't kill me. I am the last Uchiha, said Sasuke with a weak voice. You are the last because of Itachi and some narrow-minded fools. Sorry for you. But now there isn't anybody to protect you, so bye-bye, said Naruto, then threw the orb at Sasuke. After Naruto saw Sasuke's body, he was still alive but just barely. He had wounds everywhere on his body, moreover he bled and burned most of his body. See, you can't kill me, said Sasuke, but Naruto only smiled. Your wounds are critical. Only Tsunade would be able to save you, but she isn't in the village, moreover her apprentice Shizune won't help too because my friends took her out in the chaos. So I will just destroy your eyes then leave, said Naruto. Then he tore out Sasuke's eyes and destroyed them. Sasuke screamed like a pig, then Sakura did the same. Naruto had enough of her, so he hit her once, but it was weird for him. He barely felt any resistance. Sakura flew back 50 meters before a wall caught her. When Naruto examined her, he thought she was dead. One punch was enough to kill her, but then Naruto saw her body. She made changes on her body. Naruto thought she did that because she wanted to be pretty for Sasuke or something. But she didn't train, so her muscles were weak and the hit was strong enough to destroy her organs and kill her. Naruto wanted to leave again, but this time Jiraiya and Kakashi attacked with Kasumi. Naruto, stop the attack right now, said Jiraiya with anger. Oh, and why would I do that? Asked Naruto with a creepy smile. Because if you don't stop it, we will kill you, said Jiraiya while he hoped his threat caused something in Naruto. However, Naruto only laughed. You try to threat me? I destroyed half the village and killed almost every ninja, moreover I captured Minato, but you dare to threat me? Are you brave or stupid, Jiraiya? Asked Naruto, but Jiraiya only stared with wide eyes. Jiraiya didn't think the situation was this bad. But since all of you are here, I can capture you to show you the endgame, said Naruto, and Kakashi answered him with his monotone voice. You can't run away from here, Naruto, you are surrounded. said Kakashi, but Naruto only laughed. Kakashi, the others said the same thing before they died. Moreover, there is your precious student you love so much, said Naruto, and after Kakashi saw Sasuke's corpse he just lost his mind, attacked Naruto. But Naruto knew he would do that, and when he was close enough Naruto grabbed his head and hit it to the earth. With this he was knocked out, and before Jiraiya or Kasumi could do anything Naruto knocked them out and put on the same seal that he used on Minato. Then he took them to Minato. Now he captured all of his family. Kurama almost destroyed the village, and the other country's messengers told him they finished while he took his family to the mountain. Kurama destroyed the mountain with the shelters, then destroyed everything that was under his paw. Because when Naruto still lived here he found an underground base by mistake and learned it was the root base that Danzo created. Kurama destroyed the base with Danzo and civilian council who tried to survive the attack there. After 10 minutes everybody woke up, then saw a horrific scene. Konoha was in flames and they even could hear the screaming in the village. So what do you think, Minato? I did what Orochimaru only dreamed of. I destroyed Konoha, said Naruto, then saw his family's face. Naruto, how could you do this? Konoha is your home and you destroyed it, said Minato with anger. Minato, you are wrong again. Konoha isn't my home, moreover it never was. My home is the empire where my wife and my people waiting for my return. Now it's time to end this, said Naruto, then stepped in front of Kakashi. You were an awful sensei, and now I will take everything from you, said Naruto. Then he tore out Kakashi's Sharingan and destroyed it, then broke his neck. The next one was Jiraiya. Before I kill you, I want to ask you something. Did you find the warrior that the prophecy talked about? Asked Naruto, and Jiraiya only looked down then said, Yes, I did. It is you, Naruto. If it matters something, I am sorry, I just wanted peace, said Jiraiya with a tone that said he lost every hope. There will be peace after I destroyed every pieces of Konoha and its corruption, said Naruto. Then he broke his neck too. The next one was Erasure. I will be honest, I never liked you, because you never protected me. When somebody bullied me you joined them instead of doing your job, said Naruto. Then Erasure screamed at him. You were a weak piece of shit, Naruto, and you never tried to protect yourself. I can't protect you every time, that's why I never helped you, because I thought you were tough enough to stand up for yourself, said Erasure, but it didn't touch him. Maybe you are right, but you never tried to protect from our father's abuse or degradation, that's why I kill you, said Naruto. Then before he could broke his neck he said his last words. Just do it, but remember when you die I will wait you in hell, said Erasure. Then Naruto killed him too. The next one was Kasumi. You were a little better than Erasure, but not much, so for a time I won't kill you, and I will do the same for our mother too. However, you will die here, Minato. I already killed your apprentice, your master and favorite child, said Naruto. Then Minato asked a question from Naruto. Then why don't you kill Kushina and Kasumi too? I don't believe it is because they were a little better than Erasure was, said Minato. Then Naruto thought a little. You are right, it isn't the only reason. The real reason is I saw the hate in Kushina's eyes, but it isn't aimed at me. It is aimed at you. In Kasumi's case I am not sure yet, because when I was a child she sometimes helped me, then she changed. I am sure you did something, so I will give her chance to redeem herself, finished Naruto. Then he stepped behind Naruto and asked his last question. Do you regret anything in your life? Asked Naruto. Then Minato gave his answer. No, said Minato. Then Naruto killed him too. Naruto knocked out Kushina and Kasumi again, then waited for Kurama. 2 minutes later Kurama arrived and saw Kushina and Kasumi were still alive. Naruto explained everything to him, then asked him to destroy the other's corpse. Kurama only nodded and did it. After this they went to talk the Kages. When they arrived they saw they already finished with everything and only waited for Naruto. They gave Shizune, the Ichiraku family and the Three Tails Jinchuriki to Naruto. Naruto wanted to save the Ichiraku family because sometimes they hide him from the villagers, moreover gave him the best ramen on the world. The Tree Tails Jinchuriki will be given back to Kiri because with this the peace will be restored, moreover Konoha doesn't need it anymore. However, Naruto had one last request. He asked the Kages to treat their Jinchuriki better or the same thing will happen with their village like what happened with Konoha. They gulped and nodded, then they promised they would do it. Naruto thanked and the Kages made the same, then everybody left and returned to their home. Epilogue. After Naruto gave back the Tree Tails to Kiri, he returned to the Empire with Kurama and the others. When they returned, Mitra and the generals have already waited for them with the people. Naruto's first task was to kiss her beautiful wife. After the kiss, she said she had to tell him something important. Naruto said she could tell him everything, then she said she was pregnant. When Naruto heard it, he just couldn't say anything, but after a minute he hugged her and kissed her again, said he was the happiest man on the whole planet. However, his happiness wasn't long because Azura started to chase him and screamed he will kill him because he get her pregnant too early. While Azura did that, Tsunade came and introduced Mitra to the others. While Mitra was pregnant, she became friends with Shizune, Kasumi, Kushina, and the Ichiraku family, who opened a new restaurant in Shinto. It was one of the most famous one because Naruto liked to come here to escape from the paperwork. After all, Naruto forgave his sister and mother and let them to be in his child's life. When Naruto asked about Hinata, Mitra told him she left Shinto and started to travel around the empire to find a new purpose. Later, Naruto heard she married to a trader and had 2 children and lived happily with her family. After 9 months, Mitra gave birth not one child but twins. The first one was a boy with blonde hair and blue eyes, they named him Uzumaki Karma. The other baby was a girl with blue hair and brown eyes, they named her Uzumaki Durga after Mitra's mother. Everyone was happy, especially Kushina, because she at last had grandbabies. They received their mantra reactor, so when they are a little older then Naruto could train them. While Naruto became a dad, Tsunade and Shizune learned everything about the Eastern medication, then worked in the hospital. Kushina retired from the duty and helped with the children, while Kasumi became Naruto's bodyguard. The elemental nations made a peace with each other then with the Sun Empire. Fire Country still existed, but it was banned to create a new hidden village. The years went and Naruto's children grew up. Both of them became strong and wise. When they were 20, Naruto named Karma to his successor while Durga became the new commander for the Guardian Generals. They accepted it and then Naruto lived his life with Mitra without any problem. They traveled all around the empire and the elemental nations. They saw new places and meet new people, and when the angel of death came for them they died with a smile on their face because they knew the world was in peace. The end. And that's it for today's Sunday special. I hope you enjoyed this video and had fun watching. Don't forget, every Sunday, there'll be a brand new special video waiting for you right here on the channel. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a Sunday special. Thanks for watching.